Okay, so let's see. I need some way of this is streaming live right now, but this is probably not the best spot. Maybe more this way so we get the speaker and the screen. Still not getting it. And I need a stack of books or something.
You want two of them?
This is on Meerkat. It's maybe possibly not recording.
Oh, you're streaming though. No one watches that like that.
I've got one watcher right now.
Really?
Yeah. It'll pick up, I'm sure. All right.
Yes, that looks legit.
Is there any way of making the recording go or not, or?
You doing it?
I don't know. Let's see.
Are you doing tours? Soka was doing tours. He's doing everything today.
I guess. I don't know. No one's working. I just tweeted. So we'll start shortly here.
Why didn't you use his phone and stuff? He had it
Yeah,
set up
put
for
your
you.
phone there too.
Why do you need two?
Huh?
He's doing live.
This is live streaming. So
There you go.
Is this more important or is having an audience more important? Because you're about to lose your audience.
I know, right? They're gonna go home. They ate already.
all right. So we're gonna start this over.
Are you starting?
All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're gonna start the lightning talks here. So first up tonight is Doug, and he's going to be presenting Code Cauldron. So right here.
Okay, so the first part of this is audience participation. So please take one. And that means it does require you to have a writing instrument. Okay, so my name is Doug Golding. For the last 10 years, I've been helping usually startups build MVPs, first or second releases, that sort of thing. So I'm here to talk about my current idea. And this is about building two-sided marketplaces. So everybody's familiar with eBay, right? Now that's a traditional e-commerce platform. It's a marketplace between buyers and sellers. But usually when we think of two-sided marketplaces in the last few years, we're thinking of Airbnb. Does anybody here not know what Airbnb is? How many people have used Airbnb? Okay, not bad. A little different than eBay. What's the big difference? Big difference is we're not selling a product. We're renting something. So we have renters and owners instead of buyers and sellers. Now there's other types of Airbnb-like things. This is a whole family of two-sided marketplaces. They're all owned by HomeAway right now, dealing with strictly vacation properties. Boatbound. Airbnb for boats, right? A couple of years ago, in full disclosure, I helped build this version, the second edition. And as I said, you would call that Airbnb for boats. You've probably heard people talk Uber for something, Airbnb for something else. So now the question is, and the reason you have that piece of paper, what is your idea? Airbnb for what? It can be something funny and humorous. If you want to attach your name to it, I'm going to collate these at the end of the day, at the end of my 5-minute talk, and hopefully before all the talks are done, I can read some of them. So you want something Airbnb for puppies. So you can't use that one because I did. So let's say you have this great idea. How are you going to test it? Remember, we're talking the lean startup. We want to validate our idea, right? How do you do that? Well, you need a marketplace eventually, right? And that's not a trivial thing to build, as I learned a couple of years ago. It's a complicated system now. You could get a bunch of minions building this airplane. Marketplaces aren't quite as complicated as an airplane, but it's, again, not something that 2 developers are going to do on the weekend. So my idea, my little code name is Agora. Agora is the word for ancient Greek marketplace. So my idea is to build a generic marketplace, for now I'm calling it Agora Base, that will be easy to customize so that I can build a marketplace or help you build a marketplace, and you and you and you, whatever your idea is. We'll also have some other features here that will be useful. If we have this, we can generate an MVP quickly. And then we could use lean experiments to, what's the ultimate goal when we say test an idea? What we're really looking for is product market fit, right? We want to find out what these customers really want. So that's our goal. And by the way, we'll take cash flow equity in return. Now, for customers, my customers, early adopters, it's nice to have an idea, but you need more than just an idea, right? Ever hear the line, ideas don't matter? You need a problem worth solving. Everybody here should probably know how to do that. What you do is, you talk to your customers. You get out of the building, as Stephen Blank would say. The other thing so now I've got my customers and users, which are, in this case, owners and renters. So you have 2 that you have to deal with. But there's one more thing we need. It's not working. Imagine there's a red circle right now around channels. You need a way to reach them. It's one thing for me to walk next door and find you, and hey, you'd be a good customer. You need to be able to do that online. And here are some of the cute taglines I've heard when people have offered me a tagline for what I'm doing. The one I like especially best is the last one. Lean startup as a service, otherwise less ass. I'm Doug Golding, and that's my 5 minutes. We do questions or not enough time?
Yeah, we got another minute.
So if anybody has an idea, if you can pass it forward, I will collate them. If anybody has does anybody have an idea for a 2-sided marketplace, or did I come to the wrong group? I should have gone next door. Okay. Any other questions?
You know, I've always thought that it'd be good to do kind of like an Airbnb system for leftovers.
Okay. Leftovers. Okay, great. Cool. Any questions? Okay.
Oh, here's one question.
Well, different topic, and the hottest thing now is for parking spaces. Not quite the same paradigm, but some people are making tons of money.
I thought people
You need a parking space
I
in
thought
the
there were
city.
several apps on parking spaces.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Why not one more?
Oh, okay. You want to do it? Let's do it. Anything else? Okay, thanks.
All right. Next up is Zume Pizza, and they're providing today's pizza. You should bring a pie up here or something. Pie to show them.
People are eating it.
Yeah, bring it in.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring a lid.
There you go.
Audience live on the internet right now, and recordings going, which are going to hit YouTube. We've got about a dozen people on the internet.
Dozen hungry.
Do they need me to use the microphone for me? For them here? Oh, all right, okay. Hello with the internet people. Hello, my name is Joe Suzuki from Zume Pizza. This is Aaron Buckets from also Zume Pizza. Aaron is our head chef. He's the guy that designed the recipes for all the delicious pizzas that you have eaten today. I'm the head marketing guy, so I'm the guy that's supposed to sell this stuff. So far, it's been pretty easy. We originally came here to kind of provide the pizzas, but Dinesh and June was like, hey, you should talk for a few minutes. So here we are. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to talk about why we started and kind of what our mission is, and then I'll hand it over to Aaron to talk about the pizzas a little bit and why it's so freaking delicious. So we started, Alex Garden, who's our executive chairman, and Julia Collins, who's our CEO. Alex Garden is he's a former executive from Microsoft. He was in Zynga for a while. He started New Relic back in the day, if you guys are video gamers. He's the technology guy, and Julia Collins, our CEO, part of Shake Shack stuff, and launched Mexecute and various catering services. They came together and said, hey, I know technology, you know food. Pizza is not so great. It's a $36 billion industry, and 36% of the market is controlled in the U.S. basically by 4 companies, which is Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, and Papa John's. And they try to sell it as, oh, it's expedient, it's fast, it's quality, but really, do they deliver on that? We don't think so. And so, especially in the Silicon Valley, where there's a real value put on quality of food, and also technology and expediency, we felt like there was a way to marry that and deliver it. So we started back in September, not even 8 months ago, with nothing. We just got the facility, none of the robotics and none of the platform was built out. And in 7 months, what we have built is we built multiple, and one of an ex-HackerDojo is actually our senior developer. From Node.js, they built the whole backend to talk to the robotics, built an inventory system, built an order receiving system, built a consumer app, built a driver's app, and we released it 2 weeks ago. And the idea is that Aaron and Julia, they come up with this incredible, responsibly sourced pizza that tastes really amazing and kind of automate the process. So right now, what happens is the dough hits a conveyor belt. A human being does that right now. And it hits the conveyor belt, and as it goes, it hits a saucing machine, and there's an optic eye that sees the dough, drops just the right amount, depending on what the pizza is, drops the perfect amount onto the dough, keeps sliding, and there's another eye that sees the dough, sees the perimeter of the dough, sees the perimeter of the sauce, and it has this puck. And it's super awesome. It just drops, it goes, and just spreads it perfectly. Goes to topping station 1, topping station 2. Right now, they're human beings. That's actually a really tough thing to design a robot that picks up toppings and not mess it all up and then drop it evenly. And so that goes to topping station 1, topping station 2, and it hits the end of the conveyor belt. And our new robot, Bruno, is this mechanical arm that comes and receives the wet pizza, which, by the way, is really, really tough to design an arm that can receive a wet pizza and not mess it up and not flip it in the air and put it onto an oven. The oven is an awesome oven that's basically a brick conveyor belt that moves through an oven. And it goes from one end to the other. Right now, that oven bakes the entire pizza from start to finish. The idea, though, in the end, is that it's going to be basically a par-bake oven that partially bakes it, loads it into a different oven, and it's finished there. And if you think the pizza's good now, it's going to be like really amazing when it's actually cooked properly. So that's what it's doing now. What we're planning on doing is, right now we launched 2 weeks ago on Monday, and we launched with a point delivery system, which basically we take an order, we cook it up, we load it into a car, and then we bring it to you. That's fine, that's cool. But what we really want to do, and we're in the process of, is that we're building a food truck, a truck that can load 56 ovens into it, and it's automated. And it's partially baked, but what it will do is that it's a mobile inventory that will kind of roam your neighborhood. And then you'll be able to pick up your phone, load up your app. You should see the inventory real time. You can say, I want this, 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 this. And then like Ticketmaster, there'll be a timer because other people may want your pizza. And then if we did our job right, what will happen is that our algorithm will calculate the distance from where the truck is to your house, and it will fire up the ovens automatically. And again, if we did our calculations correctly, it should finish cooking by the time that we hit your door. And hopefully the pizza is going to be super awesome. I'll get there. So we're going to launch that in Q3, so that's in fabrication now. But right now we're trying to figure out, do our current operations work? Are there any bugs in it? Do consumers like our app? Do consumers like our pizzas? And so right now that's where we're at. And we were hoping to give you some pizzas and just kind of disappear, but here I am talking to you guys for a few minutes. Yeah, so I want to hand it over to Aaron, and he will talk about what actually goes into your pizzas that is so different from what you get from Domino's and Pizza Hut and Papa John's and so on and so forth.
I'd like to give you guys 1 minute.
Okay.
I can do a minute.
Yep. You know, you
We'll
guys
make it
have
quick.
awesome pizzas.
Yeah. Awesome.
It'd be nice if we can maybe have people ask a few questions.
Absolutely, I'll keep it
Next speaker.
short and sweet. So,
Thank you.
I don't get out often to see people eating the pizza, so I'm glad to see you guys smiling and eating the food. It seems like we're off to a good start with the company. So, basically what we do is, I love food. I've been cooking for years. I learned how to make pizza in Connecticut and New York, which are two of the main hot spots on the East Coast for pizza. If you've ever heard of Pepe's Pizza from New Haven, Connecticut, it's world famous. And Brooklyn is, hands down one of the best places for pizza. That's where I taught. That's where I learned. We use everything fresh. It doesn't matter if in the future we're making thousands of pies. My guys are still going to cut boxes of mushrooms.
And we did enough research to think that it might be possible to do computationally, but we didn't have time to pursue it before the company got sold as an acqui-hire. So when I started my startup 18 months ago, I decided to pursue this idea because there's over 2 billion photos shared every day from smartphones. And so I showed the first version 6 months ago. I'm going to give you a quick recap and show you some of the results that this gets. You'll notice it automatically finds a nice color that matches the photo, it's harmonious with the photo, and it puts it in a location which is easy to read. It knows about symmetry. So for example here, she is holding a blank sheet and it knew to put the text, the algorithm knew to put the text right in the middle. It understands not only to pick a good color from the photo, but to actually enhance it beyond the photo, what's in the photo, so it actually looks better than any of the colors in the photo, but not too much, so it still looks like it's harmonious with the photo. And it puts the text in areas where they're easy to read and can really bring out the color. If we look at this photo where there's only a few words and the color and the text is harmonious with the photo, your mind treats it as a single entity. So what happens is while the right side of your brain absorbs the image, The left side absorbs the text, and it's able to parallel process this and then co-associate it. It's called the gestalt principles. And there's research to back it up. And what that means is that the image creates a stronger impression and has higher short-term memory retention. There's a lot of things you can use it for. You can use it for sharing it with your friends. Now, a disclaimer, these are not my friends. They might be my daughter's friends, but they're definitely not my friends. You can use it for sharing experiences like what you eat, sharing photos of kids. It's great for travel. You can use any language, whether it's Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. It's great for memes. Presentations, this is a presentation I did. This is actually the Amazon warehouse. It's good for blogs, greeting cards, and even small ads. So if you, for your startup or you have a small business, you want to do a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, you can do something very professional in like a minute without a graphic artist. Now, this app is available for free on the App Store. And I'm actually going to do a demo in just a minute. It's Caption Magic, one word with no spaces. My business model is to give it away free to consumers and then license the patent and the technology and the SDK to large companies. The only thing I haven't done for the SDK is put in the licensing, so if you know of a good iOS licensing library, I haven't had time to look it up, please talk to me afterwards. This is, so for the consumer, because it's free, I made it very consumer-oriented. It's free, no in-app purchases, no advertising, with very strong privacy protection. So there's no login, and there's no server. I optimized it all for the handset. So if you create one of these captions on your phone and share it with Facebook, only your phone and Facebook will see it. It doesn't go through an intermediate server. So now I'm going to do a live demo. It's not too scary because it's already on the web, but it is hard to do a demo and hold a microphone. So we'll see how that goes. So let me just... Okay, phone is on the... If I can go full screen on it. So the first thing it did, image, it automatically filters to bring out the contrast. Most people want the photo to look professional, and that's what this. So then I'm going to unbutton and finds the best position color for the. So pick this. The color's easy to read. Matches or hat allows you to refine the second best kit, the gold. But it only doesn't show you color. It shows spectrum. So for example, but you notice this match the photos with it, which will choose a photo for every form of color. So if whether it's sending or partial or receive, be able to read the text. You can directly, and you can also, you notice when I drag color update, see what the color point, and then I can drag it locations in all those to these runner uploads. This makes it very, if you're just snapping something really high quality. Change the font, for example, you can crop it, Instagram or Snapchat. You can share it using your Photoshop, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, you name it. Use, and you notice the iMessage. The thing I really want, the new feature, which is everything I just showed in the camera. So if I want to take a photo, now time, it will location a photo. And it'll notice the color, not, but the other color to you when you go into the, and it's really superimposed over in real time. There is no other. Now, if we selfie mode, you can also do, you'll notice it does real time as well. Okay, don't give it present, that's the, it dropped me editor. I like this green part, is how to do an image process, not only to the photos, but to do it in real time. I want to add it in camera. You have space for the camera. I want to have some nice color. I just have one slide here. Try that again. Which is, I'm just a solo founder. Help I can get. I don't really like marketing. Help I can get getting the. So it's captioned. If you can give me a 5-star. That would be great. A Twitter handle. I just Hacker News on the Twitter account. You can like it or put a cool. If you want, available on Caption Magic, and you can always contact my email afterwards. Want to chat some more.
Our next Arnie Roberts, International, and he'll. If anyone has anything afterward, please disable, and I'll let you shorter than an announcement if you have anything.
Hi, my name is Smart International. Give you a quick synopsis. We do register 14,000 in America every year. But we do, so people do, I said you want to show the The short version is in badges, particularly about our bid. So these are NFC. But the reason why tonight, because here a few weeks out, that I have that we have today, beacons. I don't know if this is an actual beacon. Something that I think the trade show industry needs is an incredible market. And explain. You all know how beacons work, depend on an app correctly. Imagine a trade show fee 60,000 square feet with the ceiling maybe an art. So isolation. So and the exhibitor, they will have that basic. And show what the gentleman was just. This involves augmented reality. The exhibitor have a monitor, and they're going to have a web of it facing. So before the event, I need to see somebody. I want to see somebody. I want to make sure I meet some or Roberts. And when I have my app run, I see the monitor, which $500 for. I'm also in the retreat business. Where people scan, they pay hundreds of dollars. Gosh, so they're going to have this live video on the top of that. I need that. Yeah, I mean, this is the play involves beacon tech apps. You're going to be triangulation. You're walking by with on, so I know because you register, because I'm getting triangulation in relation to the exhibitor. Top of your video, I'm going to say, that is incredible. We'll pay thousands for that. Any questions? Yes.
Form a pocket, and they have eggs on them, taking.
RFID, by the way, there's long range.
Yeah.
No. Reason is what RFID, the pharma industry, is a count usage of RFID besides the United States. You take new 20, Google this, and Jackson's right on is idle. The smallest new RFID is, if you take it, you'll see when you fold, it doesn't fold onto the chip, doesn't get this. Yeah. The station for RFID was in Las Vegas. Counting numbers, counterfeit chips. You may not, okay, you cash that in, and automatically we put it, give you green. And the other, you're looking, so what happens here, so I have an El Cheapo mic. So because I to explode, so what I did, we do trade world, and you notice, I rocked my love it, but I couldn't get the 20, it was ill. So, and just so you know, for probably 60 years, it was first used States by the Russians. There's two types of passive, active RFID, is what you normally see. When you have a tape that's active, it's got to last full. So, but if I have charging, it has to work. All right, equal expense. There's something RFID. So antenna, like and RF, if you remember from your high six, and turn it, and put it, you generate and an onboard computer, and it retransmits from Arnie when you want. So the way it was used in the Cold War is, let me know if I'm in embassies. NSAs, agencies would go and search for which are active. RFID is not active, found the bugs, and that against every picture, and there was RF there, and they would be shooting a micro, activating unclearable. I found out about that years ago. And about probably my next, this is also a wristband, also RF. Any of you have been to a festival store? Have you been? Oh, I was a youth. I had a motorcycle and I did go. Have you ever been to Coachella? Or somebody got them too. I know they just Coachella in the trade show and beacons, they want for them to really work, download the app. Full secret of the trade show, like 20 to 30 download the app. Festival, how many? Universal acceptance. So I'm at a festival for corn dog, but actually use your app to go based on. So anyways, we're getting into RFID beacons since 2000. So anyways, just for you guys, because all right, I've been many, many years. I need some, and also some. Any questions? Anything? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arnie. We've got like 51 people, and I'm going to give a word to anyone who will remain on the Meerkat. You'll get to come along. Want to speak? Next, email me at Soulful Aol @hack. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Anyone want to see? Okay. So I'll take you this off. Memberships are for. We've got water. There's coffee. We don't really provide any ovens and sometimes convection ovens and stuff. We actually working and developing, and it has in your QR code, and you can actually access. This is also for free food through the anyway. We used to have a after our new one. Printer bot, and out there we've got electronics area next. So we've got not much left. Bandsaw, miscellaneous tools available for developers working on vending. We have groups that do. I've done and with effective for stuff. Much faster 3D printer. So let me show you the electronics area. So there's a class to be the hive where the seating meant a lot of people, if you leave a monitor or something, if somebody else uses it. But you know, here there's a lot of people if you make an eye on your stuff. So here's the maker and electronics area. We've got scopes, voltmeters, parts available. We've got an oven for and microscopes for doing the Pebble watch was the little bot involved in. We 100 of them here. Had like a 14 like circuit board trouble. Kids had little poster nickel man symbology. So this is the video game stuff out here. Pull and ping pong for use and scanner. And then the main meeting room over here. There's meetups, the companies, meetings, type of meetups we've had. VVR was virtual reality meetup, and very impressive. Sit here long enough, experts in almost every door. If you can accomplish almost people. And let me show you some rooms. So you'll have the ability using the room free. You can schedule them. So you know we got a little people can monitor and stuff. This is a room people can use. Room which you need to schedule. There's people, things aren't busy. A room people work in. These space pictures, remember, does incredible work selling these. Sometimes there's meetings in a workroom and this conference work. Really nice meetings and work. And that's about it. The office room back there. And if you want to see the hive area, we're moving at a month, so we're going to... Yeah, we're off of Montague. What happened is the rent, 90 cents a square foot, possibly couldn't even give us a real... they just wanted to move out and put it on the market. We got to be class taking place and the hive area. Okay, let me stop the feed. Ending. Local. I hope.